The Secret Dream Train Across America, a 10-minute relaxing bedtime story for deep sleep. Hello, dear listener. Tonight, get comfortable in your bed. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in and gently breathe out. Now, imagine a quiet little town somewhere in America. The streets are peaceful. The houses are silent. The stars sparkle brightly above. Everyone is asleep. Everyone except an 11-year-old boy named Ethan. Ethan loved looking at the night sky. Every evening, he would sit by his bedroom window and count the stars before going to sleep. But tonight was different. As Ethan gazed into the distance, he noticed a strange silver light moving across the sky. At first, he thought it was an airplane. Then, he thought it might be a shooting star. But it wasn't. The light grew brighter and closer. Soon, Ethan realized something unbelievable. It was a train, a shining silver train floating among the clouds. Its windows glowed like stars. Its engine sparkled with moonlight. Ethan rubbed his eyes. The train was still there. Then, suddenly, a golden ticket appeared on his windowsill. Written in beautiful silver letters were the words, "Dream Express, one passenger only." Ethan's heart filled with excitement. Carefully, he stepped outside. To his surprise, a small train station stood at the end of his street. He had never seen it before. A glowing sign read, "Moonlight Station." The silver train waited quietly beside the platform. A friendly old conductor smiled warmly. "Welcome aboard, Ethan," he said. "We've been expecting you." Ethan climbed aboard. The train doors closed gently. Without making a sound, the Dream Express began moving. Soon it lifted off the ground and soared into the night sky. Below, America stretched out like a sea of lights. Ethan could see New York glowing in the distance, the beaches of California shining beneath the moon, the mountains of Colorado sleeping peacefully under the stars. Everything looked calm and beautiful. After some time, the train slowed down. "First stop," announced the conductor, "the Valley of Dreams." Outside the window floated thousands of colorful balloons. Each balloon contained a dream. One showed a child exploring outer space. Another showed a family enjoying a picnic by the ocean. One dream featured a young girl flying with dragons through the clouds. Ethan watched in amazement. The conductor smiled. "Every dream begins here." The train continued its journey. Soon, they arrived at the next destination, Cloud City. This magical city was built entirely from soft white clouds. Cloud houses, cloud bridges, cloud gardens. Friendly rabbits hopped across fluffy streets. Children laughed while sliding down giant cloud slides. Soft music drifted through the air. Everything felt peaceful. Everything felt safe. Ethan smiled. He had never seen anything so beautiful. The train moved onward through the starry sky. Hours seemed to pass, yet Ethan never felt tired. Eventually, they reached another magical place, the Lake of Stars. It was the most breathtaking sight Ethan had ever seen. The lake wasn't filled with water. Instead, millions of tiny stars floated across its surface. The stars shimmered gently like golden waves. A soft breeze moved across the lake. Each ripple created sparkling patterns of light. Ethan sat quietly beside the shore. The cool air felt comforting. The silence felt peaceful. The conductor sat beside him. "Do you know the greatest magic in the world?" he asked. Ethan shook his head. The conductor smiled. "Peace. When the mind becomes peaceful, the heart begins to shine." Ethan looked across the glowing lake. For the first time in a long while, he felt completely calm. No worries, no fears, only peace. The train whistle sounded softly. It was time to continue. The Dream Express carried them deeper into the night sky. Finally, they reached the most magical destination of all, a golden city glowing beneath the moon. Its name was Dreamland. The city sparkled with silver trees and golden gardens. Gentle rivers flowed like liquid starlight. Beautiful castles shimmered beneath the night sky. There was no sadness there, no fear, no stress, only happiness and calm. In the center of the palace stood the magnificent palace made entirely of moonlight. Inside lived the Keeper of Dreams. She welcomed Ethan with a warm smile. Every night, she explained, millions of people visit Dreamland while they sleep. She showed him a giant map of the world. Tiny lights sparkled everywhere. Each light represented someone's dream, a child's hope, a mother's love, a father's wish, a grandfather's memory. Millions of beautiful dreams shining together. Ethan stared in wonder. The keeper handed him a small silver star. "Whenever you feel lost or worried," she said softly, "remember that Dreamland is always waiting for you." Ethan held the star carefully. Its gentle glow filled him with warmth. Soon it was time to return home. The Dream Express carried him back across America, past mountains, past forests, past quiet sleeping towns. The sky slowly began to brighten. Morning was approaching. The train arrived at Moonlight Station. The conductor tipped his hat. "Sleep well, traveler." Ethan stepped off the train. The station faded away. The train disappeared among the clouds. Moments later, Ethan found himself back in his bed. Sunlight peeked through the window. Birds were singing outside. Had it all been a dream? Maybe, maybe not, because beside his pillow rested a tiny silver star, still glowing softly. Ethan smiled, closed his eyes, and drifted into the deepest, most peaceful sleep of his life. The end.